Hello, everybody out in YouTube land. I'd like to talk to you for a minute about the term fundamental change. Here in the United States of America, a few days before Barack Obama was elected president of the United States, he stood up and boldly proclaimed, "We are just a few days away from fundamentally changing the United States of America." Well, when I heard that, I thought, what? If you change something from the very fundamentals, that means you completely take it away and start over all the way. Well, that bothered me, and I wondered about that. And eventually, I went ahead and bought me a copy of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. And I'd read this years ago, but I thought, I'm just going to read it again. And I went through this, and this is a copy put out by the Cato Institute. It cost me $4.95, and I began to read it, and I was shocked as I read through this, because the founding fathers give a great long list here of some of the grievances they have from the British people, and some of the reasons why they believe they should separate from King George and his country. They went so bold as to call him a despot, and they said it was their right to overthrow such a man who was an absolute tyrant. And they give a list here of some of the reasons why they believed they had the right to declare themselves independent and leave the British Empire. It's uncanny how a lot of these reasons sound so much like what America is doing to its citizens today. It's unreal to me. For example, he refused to assent to laws. There were laws in this land that a lot of people in the Justice Department just don't want to follow, don't want to endorse, don't want to go through with, don't want to prosecute. They're just letting things slide. It says that they had a grievance was he elected a multitude of new offices, sent their swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. Boy, new offices. That sounds like a lot of the new czars that we hear being put out today, and a lot of different swarms of officers. Sounds like the bureaucracy that we see growing in this day and age. It says here, he combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution. That sounds a lot like the globalism that's happening today, in which they try to overthrow our sovereignty and put us under the global law. Look at this one. For imposing taxes on us without our consent. If I remember history correctly, that led to the Boston Tea Party. How interesting. We hear about a Tea Party today in our age. It's just uncanny how much it corresponded with what happened in their day is what's happening in our day. But look at this one. This is what I wanted to show you. This is one of the reasons that the Founding Fathers believed they needed to separate themselves from King George and his despotic reign. It says, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments. Wow. So you see, Obama wasn't the first who wanted to fundamentally change the United States of America. Old King George wanted to fundamentally change our country and our laws. So history goes in a circle, folks, from King George to King Obama. And what made this nation great was watching out for a man who wanted to fundamentally change our country. And by getting away from that man, he created the greatest nation this world has ever known. Created the greatest constitution the world has ever known. And now we're living in a day and age when somebody else wants to fundamentally change our country. So fundamental change led to a great nation. And now fundamental change is leading to the destruction of that great nation. I don't know how you feel about politics. I try not to get involved. To me, politics is they lie to you, they lie with you, they lie about you. To me, that pretty much sums up politics. But I would encourage you to get a copy of this and read the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America. It's just interesting to me how the days we live in today are so close to the days they lived in when they wrote this. Worth a read. Thank you. God bless America.